Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn the way to increase your energy level, or you often find yourself wondering how some people have endless energy and zest, then listen up, because in this video I will give you some strategies and habits that might help you to boost your energy levels and enjoy life more than you thought you even could. For those who are new to my channel, I'm Anna Lehman, a personal performance coach, resilience and productivity trainer. And in this channel, we are talking about everything related to self-development, self-discovery and personal success. In this video, I want to share with you 10 habits that I have implemented in my life over the last 5 to 7 years that proved to work, and I can 100% say that I have more energy now at 37 than I had at 25 before I even had children. Just a little disclaimer, it's not one size fits all kind of thing, because we all have different personalities and different preferences, and not all of these strategies might work for you, but I'm sure at least a few of them will be handy. Habit 1. Stay true to yourself. I think this is one of the most important drivers of my high energy levels. Let me explain what I mean. I noticed that throughout my life that if I can't be authentic to myself in environments where I spend long chunks of my time regularly, I become emotionally and physically drained. I lose my zest. These two areas in my life are family environment and work environment. Being authentic is when our actions and words are congruent with our values and beliefs. It is being ourselves and not an imitation of what we think we should be or have told that we should be. There is no should in authentic, and I think this is the real answer, because when you show up as true self and you don't force yourself to be someone else, you don't spend energy, that extra energy in the process. Be it with my husband or my work, I'm always real. I say what I think and I behave in line with my morals and my beliefs. Even though I have been quite lucky in terms of our relationship, with jobs it's not always has been that easy. There were situations when I had to put on that persona, as I felt like my true self was not quite fitting in. By being authentic to myself and doing what I felt was morally right or in line with my values, I was upsetting the egos of some senior executives who had different values and different agenda. But then I started to notice that if I do that for a long time, I get literally sick. I'm losing sleep, appetite, energy, and I just decided that there is no such job in the world, and there's no such amount of money in the world that would make me compromise my health, my energy levels, and my zest for life. And then later on, I stumbled over the Brené Brown research, where she actually says that the opposite of belonging is fitting in. Because fitting in is assessing the environment and deciding, okay, who do I need to be to fit in? How do I need to change? And it is not sustainable long term. True belonging never asks us to change who we are. It asks us to be who we are. So I either find the environments where I belong and stay for long, or I build that exit strategy and move on. Habit 2. Set goals and review the progress. If you want to experience more positive emotions, design a goal in your life, multiple goals, big goals, and then break them down into small ones. If you look at your life, you will probably acknowledge that a lot of our positive emotions are all revolving around our goals. Whether it's that thrill when you're boarding the plane and going on a trip that you have been planning for so long, or whether it's having a baby, which was your goal for quite a while and finally it's happening. We are all designed to walk uphill. Those goals will give you energy to get going because it creates something to look forward to. And when we have something to look forward to, our body is more keen to be in that action mode. Many people think that it needs to be some sort of huge, world-changing kind of goal. And that's where they get it wrong, because it doesn't have to be that huge and big goal. It can be as ambitious as moving countries and as small as catching up with the friend who you haven't seen for a while. But just set yourself plans, targets, goals that you are emotionally invested in, and it 100% will give you that energy hype. Habit 3. Add structure to your life. Those who watch some of my previous videos probably know that I'm a massive supporter of scheduling and adding structure to my life. I remember I was running a productivity workshop and one of the participants asked me a question, but doesn't it add more pressure to your life if you have to schedule everything, and it doesn't exhaust you? Completely the opposite. Scheduling things in my diary actually boosts my productivity, creates more time in a week for the things that matter, which in its turn replenishes my levels of energy, as I have time to do the things that I love and want to do. Some can argue that scheduling might not work for all people, but I can tell you as a coach that it does. You just need to find a right way and a right approach how to schedule things in your life, and it will work for you specifically. Habit number 4, the power of sleep. If you only have 20 minutes to spend on researching about sleep and the importance of sleep, I suggest you watch this TED Talk by sleep scientist Matt Walker that has 12 million views on YouTube. The link is in the description below. The biggest eye-opener for me was his research about the correlation between sleep and natural killer cells, which are basically the cells that identify the dangerous cells in our body and destroy them. They protect your immune system. He talks about the experiment where they actually took a group of people and restricted their sleep to 4 hours only for one night. Then they looked at the percentage drop in natural killer cells, and it was not 10%, not 20%, it was 70%. This is a significant state of immune deficiency. I truly learned the importance of sleep when I started having kids, and especially when I was breastfeeding. Big shout out to all parents who are trying to juggle everything in their life. I noticed that the lack of consistent uninterrupted sleep would actually have a very adverse impact on my mood, on my cognitive function and my energy levels. And because my sleep is generally really good, I felt a huge difference when I stopped having it. I'm obsessed with my sleep analytics that I get from Whoop, science-based fitness tracker. I sleep on average 7.5 hours. And yes, one night it might be 6, but then the next night I will catch up on sleep and sleep for 8.5 hours. Sleep is critically important for me. Habit number 5, move. Move is life. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if we lead an active lifestyle, we tend to feel more energetic and livelier. Any exercise or physical activity that gets the heart rate up, the blood flowing, and releases endorphins is going to raise your energy level. 12 population-based studies conducted between January 1945 and February 2005 that concurrently measured physical activity and feelings of energy and fatigue suggested that there was a quite strong association between physical activity and a reduced risk of experiencing feelings of low energy and fatigue when active adults were compared with sedentary peers. My recommendation is always to try to find an activity, a physical activity, which you love, and you can realistically do in most of the cases. I go to the gym, I do yoga and cycle sometimes, but the thing I do all the time is walking. Very often I would avoid using a car or transport and walk wherever I can instead. Habit number 6, connect with the earth. This is my go-to healing tool when I have a few rough days, when I'm physically drained and emotionally exhausted. In those situations, what truly re-energizes me is spending time in the nature, connecting with the earth, as I love to say. When I was growing up, my parents used to take me to our village house, and even though there were many moments when I was not a big fan of it, it had a profound impact on building my character and the person I grew into. I think it used to help me during the most difficult days when I was a teenager. I would just go outside, listen to the wind, feel the sun on my face, or feel the drops of the rain, and somehow it would heal my soul. Now I live near the beach, and I know that the best therapy for me is to go for a walk along the beach, listen to the waves, and replenish my energy levels. There has been research done in a psychology journal that actually proves that those who are more connected to nature tend to experience more positive effect, vitality, and life satisfaction compared to those less connected to nature. So start scheduling in your diary any type of activities that connect you to the earth. Habit 7, never sacrifice your self-care routines. I schedule everything in my diary, and it's also true for my self-care routines. Gym session, steam room once or twice per week, massage, facials once per month. For me, it's that bare minimum required to maintain my high levels of productivity and energy. In Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he actually talks about correlation between production capability and production. And if you don't look after your machinery and people, your production capability will start to suffer, and so will your production levels as the result of that. So look at your body as your production capability. Habit 8, mix work with fun. I schedule everything in my diary, from work and family commitments to self-care routines. But what also gives me that motivation and energy to keep going through my week is the fact that I always schedule my fun elements in my diary. Whether it's date night with my husband, a short family road trip, or going to movies with my daughter, it is all there. I think I follow the approach work hard, play hard kind of thing. What I also try to do is I try to mix it up throughout a week and not just leave all the fun stuff for the weekend. For example, my husband and I would schedule a date night for Wednesday or Thursday, which would give us that little fun break from work tasks and checklists. Habit 9, take vacations regularly. Mark Twain once said, find a job you enjoy doing and you will never have to work even a single day of your life. Well, I would probably disagree with that. Even if you love your job, you still need a change of scene and a break from your daily routines, especially if you want to avoid burnout. Whether you're doing a staycation or travel somewhere, taking a break is a great way to re-energize and come back full of zest and ready to work hard again. I plan my time off in advance, schedule something fun, and always look forward to it. For those who know me from my corporate jobs, know that I always use up my full annual leave balance. Traveling for me is a huge part of my life and not only re-energizes me physically, but gives me that emotional and mental rebirth. Habit number 10. Spend time with those who fill you with energy, not drain you. I'm very selective about who I'm spending my time with, as I know that my time and my energy is extremely valuable. Unless I get inspired by people, learn something new, or have this just warm feeling inside my heart when I'm around them, I would do my best to avoid the time spent together. Remember, we are the average of 5 people who we spend most of our time with. So if you surround yourself with people who are draining you, with people who are negative, who complain, who bring you down, who are jealous of your new endeavors, very soon those attributes will start to invisibly ingrained in you too. Setting right boundaries is the biggest display of self-love and self-care. Having that filter while choosing who to surround yourself with will preserve your energy and reduce stress. Hope some of the habits, if not all, resonated with you and you enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't yet done some of those, feel free to try. Stick to those for 2 months and start notice the difference to your energy levels. Looking forward to hearing your feedback in the comments below. With care, Anna.